Brussels sprout is pretty good. Okay, here we are. We're going to get some racing done. So we are in, well, theoretically, we may not have been in the Asia Pacific Super Cup if we hadn't had an engine burst into flames within inches of the finish line last season. But here we are. So far, we are currently leading the championship by a fair bit. It's not locked in because there's quite a few points to grab every race. What do you get? 6th and 4th? It's like 6 points, 4 points for like first, second, so that's 10 points, plus 2 for starting on pole, plus 2 for fastest lap. So theoretically, a team could make 14 points per race, and there are a good number of races left in the season. We are going to race number 5 out of 11, I believe is what it is. So we're not even halfway. Oh, it's 5 out of 10 now. I think it used to be 11 races, and then I think they dropped one. So after this race here, we're going to be halfway through the season. But there's a lot that can still be acquired. We'll see. Yeah, our sponsor quality is listed as really low for some reason. I don't know. I guess the other teams must just be making a lot more money via the sponsorship. I'm not sure. I think we're going to stop developing parts. If we do look at our car over here, we do have, like, you know, top parts for everything except for our brakes, but our brake situation is such that we can't really improve it past what we've got right now. If we take a look over here, and I was just doing that earlier, these guys here, like the $7.99 that can be maxed at $8.99, I think is basically the best brake I can still make right now. Like, look, $7.99 to $8.89. If I try to design a new brake, and we do something like, so this has got a plus 40 to its max, plus 25. Like, without going illegal, we've got $7.99 that can improve to $8.89, which is exactly the part I did. The Epic parts are currently locked. That would be useful if we did have a building for that, but we don't currently. I think we're not going to develop any more parts, because theoretically we should be able to win this season without it. Our parts kind of get reset for the next season anyway. We don't really get to bring them with us. So the best thing to do would be to save up money, possibly for new buildings. Oh, right, that's right. We don't have the sponsors reset. That's right, because they ended. That's part of it. So we just have to let some time advance over there. The pit crew, I believe, has been rotated. If we look at the percentage mistakes chances, they're fairly low. Warland could maybe do the front jack instead, but he's good too. So yeah, I think I have rotated the pit crew as much as we can. So I think there's nothing to do but to fast forward. Yeah, I mean, we could use the -1 risk thing, but it was still, we're using a pick to spend $1 million to remove a risk, but it doesn't do anything by itself. So looking around, it didn't seem to do things really any better. So, oh, all the sponsors came in right away. Let's take a look at what we've got. So all these target positions are pretty easy to achieve, which to me says we'll be hitting this 600,000 bonus every race. We should be able to do that. The upfront payment's not as big as some others, but it's also really short, so effectively this is an extra 150,000 per race, so it's 750,000 per race is effectively what we're looking at here, whereas this would be about 600,000 per race, and that would be less. So play sport is going to be the way to go, plus maybe we can cycle a few more, and yeah, apparently some people are saying, I don't know if it's the case, but if we wait towards higher stars, it might lead to better sponsors overall, so we will lean over in that direction. Anyway, so here, this is quite interesting because the payment difference, it's only a little lower for Transantarctic, and second above is a little easier to hit. It's also got the quad bonus in the United States, and we do have an American race still to come in Phoenix, but I think I will take Cupcake over here. Because the thing is, we actually might not take the first place bonus because we've got some easier bonuses to hit somewhere else. So anyway, we'll go with this. Again, some people are thinking maybe the star offerings get better as you take better sponsors. I'm not sure if that's the case, but we'll let it go anyway. Oh, reliability work is about to finish. Let me make a few changes over here with our cars. Now, as far as I know, we are running all the best parts that we've got. All our newest developed parts. Indeed, that is the case. And then if we're going to improve parts, and we take a look at the drivers, I guess we can probably make sure that we hit these, but most what we're doing now, the reliability is high enough, I'm not worried about it. I'm leaving the slider all the way on performance. We're just going to try to max out all of our parts, is what we're looking for right now. Okay. there's going to be a vote. Now, we are hoping we're not going to be in this league next year, so we don't really care about the vote. So we're just going to abstain because I believe we do get to carry over our political power for the next season. And so this lets us add some more. So they are not going to be adding reverse grid to the season. There's been a lot of debate this year about adding some sort of reverse grid thing in F1. I don't think it's the right answer. I would like, you know, certain elements to help us shake up some of the placements and things, but you want me to fire this person? Well, we're gonna wait until next season. Like, I don't want to fire him now. We will fire him probably next season when we can recruit more people. Just like our mechanics, we're probably going to cycle all of them because we'll have more thing to do. I think I'm just going to give her the morale hit over here. Look, reducing the size of the car might help a big, yeah, for overtaking. Could be. Rhea's feeling better. Oh, she had a black eye. Why does she have a black eye? I don't remember. Did she just get injured in a race? Did she get in a fight with someone? Crash. Oh, maybe, yeah, maybe she was injured in a crash. That's a good point. Let me make a little bit of a hard save here. Just before we go into race, because we've actually had our game crash last stream. We didn't lose anything, as it turns out, because it had auto-saved right before the crash. But let's prevent some things. So we're going to Vancouver! It is going to be a 46-lap race. Now, what's interesting about this is 46-lap race with high tire wear, and the tires are bringing our ultra softs and super softs. Like, how many stops are going to be in this race? But here's the wild card: is rain is predicted for race day itself. Possibly rain on qualifying day, which could be pretty interesting. I don't know what that's going to do to impact our strategy. Practicing on inters or wets and things doesn't tend to give us much experience that way, so we probably aren't going to do that. Okay, well, I think what I'll do is I'll put in the third or above, because it's almost the same, and it's much easier to hit, especially for qualifying. We'd have to get first, like, we'd have to get pole in qualifying and first in the race to get the full bonus over here. I think it's going to be a little easier and more reliable for us to do something like this. I mean, you can take a look at our qualifying over here. Only one time in the last 3 races have we qualified in first. So I think this is going to help to get us a bit more cash. Parts seem to be okay. Rain seems right for Vancouver. I mean, yeah, that's true. I always talk about how Vancouver's got, like, perfect, beautiful weather, but I think it's fairly rainy. Gonna pull another 20th to first win? Well, I don't think we had a driver do 20th to first. I think we went 20th to second, right? Because I think Chica is the one who fell to 20th. And then I think she recovered to second. And Monty won? I don't remember. Vancouver has amazing weather during the 3 months of the year it's not pouring rain. Oh, we've got a little bit of rain on the Friday practice, actually. Ooh. 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 Here's what I propose. I propose we do, we practice on intermediates. Well, actually, we might be able to do some intermediate and some wet and actually get a little bit of it. I don't know. I might just want to do intermediate and try to get, like, maybe a level 2 intermediate knowledge. That's a definite possibility. We're going to start on intermediates by itself. We're going to be fairly top-end speed balance. Handling's probably going to be, what's a little tough to say, actually, with these guys. And more downforce. Get you there. Downforce will leave here because we'll probably move left. We have no idea, actually, where the handling's going to end up with these guys. So what I'll do is I'll move you over to one end of the green, so we know what direction to move into. And then same thing here is I'm just going to move you in the other direction of the green, so we know what direction to move in. Neither one of them are going to be correct, but I think we'll go with that. Just light misting, yeah, except it's going to be fully soaked during some part. We're going to take the practice ourselves. And can we see the rules for next year? Can we make illegal parts for next season? No, the parts don't carry over to next season. We're given sort of average, like someone's saying something like the bottom 3 teams, their average parts is what we're going to end up with. something like that. We're going to do some quali trim practice. We will do it in intermediates, because actually that might be what our quali trim looks like, actually. Because things are crazy. Bring in, bring in. Water all over the lens. Yeah, proper intermediate weather here. Everyone's practicing in intermediates. I probably won't switch to full wets, even though the weather definitely would call for it if it was a race. Hey, Belvala! Hang on, I gotta switch to the other one. There's a lot of text. Hey, Quill! Happy to be able to join the live stream again. Before the COVID happened, I planned to visit Canada for 3 to 4 weeks this year. Oh, geez. I hope I can do it in 2021. Do you recommend East or West Coast? Anything you say I should visit? Well, that's a really tough question. The thing is, I haven't actually gone and explored that much of Canada. I've been to Nova Scotia, but it was a very small town, and I wasn't there as a tourist. I went there for work. So, you know, I spent a couple of days in an office there and then came back home. I did take a week-long holiday to Victoria in BC, which is gorgeous. It's like, Victoria's like a quaint little English town, except Canadian. Is 100% how it feels. 100% how it feels. And it's very nice. Now, not everyone can necessarily spend a week there. I don't know. It's going to be it would be a very different vibe, east versus west. I mean, if you go to the east side, you'd probably want to do something like Prince Edward Island, for example, right? So I don't know. Anyway, go back out, Monty, on your intermediates. Do some more qualifying. That's going to be fine. And we're going to bring this in over here. Oh yeah, we haven't actually looked at, we haven't done anything about lap counts. So 46 laps, you can see here, like, it is going to be a many stop race. No matter what tire we use, there's going to be a lot of stops involved. So I don't think we really have to fish for a sweet spot too much right now, especially since we know there's going to be rain. We have no idea what our tire situation is going to look like in the least. So we're not going to go too dramatic with sort of pre-planning our pits. It's really going to have to be reliant on responding to the weather here. Okay, let's send you out something like this. The island is a great place to explore. Which island? The island with Victoria? Or are we talking about Prince Edward Island? It's funny that, like, I mentioned both, which is funny. Or are you talking about the island, i.e. Manitoulin Island? Oh my god, we got an excellent speed balance right away with Monty. Okay, so we found good for the downforce. We don't know if we should be going more, like, higher, even higher downforce or not. I'm going to give it a little higher downforce and see what that does. The handling was good over there, is now okay. So to me, that says the handling needs to be to the left of our previous good, something like that. And we know where the speed balance excellent is. We can always refine it after that. All right, go back out for some more quality trim, please. Stay away from Hans Island. Crazy Guppy, are you a Dane? I'll fight you for it. It was Denmark, right? Or is it Norway? I think it's Denmark. So Canada and Denmark have contested territory. There's an island. It's an empty island where there's nothing on it, basically. But technically, you know, there's two different countries are claiming sovereignty over it because of the international water situation. Okay, hold on. It was okay here. It became poor there. So I actually think we want to bring the speed balance way over this way. Okay, let's do something like this with Valky. Having a hard time narrowing down over here. And so the story goes is that when Canadians go, you know, the Canadian Navy goes to the island, they put up a Canadian flag, they leave a bottle of whiskey. And when the Danish Navy comes, they put up a Danish flag and they leave a bottle of schnapps. That is the story. The Whiskey Wars. Alright, 95% overall, that's good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a little bit of nudge for the downforce over here, just to see if it happens to bring it up to a 96 or something, but I'm no longer worried. I would still like to get, I would very much like to get our qualifying up to level 2. I don't know if that's going to be in the cards, though. I want to try wets, mostly because we want the interknowledge while we can get it. We may have lost, like, not gotten quite as much intro knowledge when it was fully wet, but it was going to go back down again here. All right, 94 overall and just lots of greats. Everything is great. What we'll do is we'll give you a nudge more downforce, and I'll just adjust your tire camber slightly. Actually, that will put you between 2 greats for handling. We'll do something like that. We'll do this. Go, go, go. We might not be able to get any race trim. Well, actually, what I might do... Oh, shit. I've been forgetting to do this adjustment, too, although it annoys me to have to do that. Alright, keep going. So I probably want to switch you to slicks. Okay, bring in. Bring in. We might be able to get level 1 of some slick knowledge, but actually I'm not sure that that's even going to be the case. We might be able to get level 1 racing. Actually, we might be able to get both. The thing is, I might want to just maintain, I don't know, getting a little bit of Ultra Soft knowledge would be good, but there's a chance we end up doing our quali in Ultra Soft, depending on what the weather looks like. I think I'll just do some soft. Some soft race trim runs now. Oh, I probably could have done another tweak in their setup, but oh well. 96 here. We'll do a little something just to see if that shakes it up, and a little something like that, and we'll see what number we end up with. You're going for race trims for the rest of it, and you're also going to do super softs and see if we can squeeze in just a tiny percentage chance. Really unlikely for this to give us a little bit more, but it might. We might squeeze 1 extra lap out of it before we run out of time. Not surprised that we're getting fastest times right now because everyone's just switching over to his slicks. All right, we got a little bit of knowledge here. Yeah, we won't get to level 2. You see, like, so running on the double red, like, we would have to run so much longer to make a difference. I mean, maybe running it a little earlier, I think it would just gotten more tantalizingly close. That's why I don't really care about switching to double red mode in practice. Except unless we were curious about, like, temperature behaviors and things. Alright, well, right now it's looking sunny. It was advertising sort of partially sunny, maybe with a smattering of rain for qualifying, but we may have gotten the rain early. Yeah. Oh! Oh, shit. It's going to start raining. We need to make sure to get our quali situation right away. We're going to quali trim. Well, really, we're going to do ultra, so it doesn't really matter what we use here. I mean, I'll do something like this because it's going to force me to click it. But we're going to do our practice in ultra softs, and we're going to get ready to go right away. We've got a 96%, which is going to be okay. So go ahead and launch with that with the ultras. And over here, we've got 96% with the ultras as well. That's going to have to be all right. So we're going to take qualifying. What we might do is we might just try to go out, like, immediately in 2 stints. As soon as they finish one, bring them in, like, put them out again instantly for a second stint. Hope my people aren't holding each other up. That would be kind of annoying. Well, Balky was in behind, maybe getting a tow. But first and second, well, I mean, first and second, but Balky went faster than Monty, which is interesting, despite being just behind. And yeah, we're going to try to do a second stint immediately. It might be hard. I actually don't really expect it'll finish in time. Because of the outlap. I suspect it'll start raining at some point during our real lap, but we're going to see. Just going to start going. It might have screwed up their laps. Balky, I think, improved. I don't think Monty improved over her first lap, but I think Balky's time did improve, and that was worth it. Okay, we're going to leave them in. There's no reason to do any qualifying stints in the wet here. I mean, others are going to go out and do it, but what's the point? I mean, it's not like we're worried about our number of intermediate tires. Like, we're not worried about our intermediate tires, but there's also no point in doing the stints and intermediates because there's no way we'll go faster than the ultra softs. It's really coming down. Wow. We need to, like, do the final stint on wets. Dreadlord Balcazar approved. So, Balky got the sponsor objective, giving us some more cash, which is really nice. Monty only starting in 6th. Monty's strength is never in pure racing numbers. It's just always been her 20 smoothness, which is very much the same thing about, like, one of the reasons Lewis Hamilton is so successful, is he really manages his tires in a way that no one else does. And you always see that in comparison in any race where, like, Bottas maybe starts ahead of him, maybe gets pole, and Lewis is behind him. And Bottas does really well. Like, you know, they keep pace, it's looking good. Bottas is, like, maybe going to, you know, have a good chance at winning, and then his tires just fall off so much earlier than Hamilton's. And it makes a big difference. Okay, so what is the weather actually looking like on race day? Okay, it's going to be very much solid intermediate race. We'll start on ultras, and then switch. We really are going to want our intermediates maybe only around lap 10. What we might do is go supers for Balky and ultras for Monty. Because Monty might be able to get an extra lap out of there. Because it looks like there'll be a little bit of dampness on the track, maybe around lap 8-ish, 9-ish. But it's still not going to be, we need intermediates until lap 10, maybe even 11, somewhere around there. So those are some different possibilities. We're going to take the pit stop guru because there's going to be a lot of pit stops. And we're definitely, I think I'm going to take the intermediate tires here. Well, or race trim. I mean, 5% is lower than 10%, but it's going to apply to everything we do. Maybe I take the race trim, actually, for Balky. We're going to go with the faster refueling, and maybe we'll do the race trim situation this way as well. Because I don't know what the rain's going to do. It looks like it's going to peter off a little bit. It might be, you know, slicks into intermediates into slicks for the rest of the race. So I think the race trim is going to be better off. I think it's going to be okay. Oh yes, Bottas also picks up extra parts, so he slows himself down. Yeah, dragging around bits of Vettel's car this weekend. So, okay. Balky on ultras. Yeah, I think we're going to go supers with some pushing. What's the temperature? Okay. I think we're going to go supers with some pushing over here. I think that'll work out better. And we're looking to... let's fuel you for at least 12 laps. I think we'll pull you in before then. Maybe we want to fuel you for 13, just to give us the best possibility for pushing a little bit longer. So that means 17 laps of fuel in here if we're going to burn red, and we definitely are. Something like this. And we want to keep Balky out just a little bit longer, I think. Depending on how the tires go. Because Balky's smoothness is pretty good at a 16. It's not as good as Monty's 20, but we're going to put Monty, I think, on ultras and bring her in a little bit sooner. We might be putting her out on intermediates before it's truly wet enough for intermediates, but she also has really good adaptability. So she'll make her intermediates work a little bit sooner. So she might have to be a bit more conservative on her tires. We might just want to have her on yellow tire mode the whole time. Yeah, see, the super softs seem a little bit much. If it was a colder day, I'd be okay with putting out super softs and really just pushing on the tires a lot. But I think now they'd overheat, and then we're not going to get our full life. So I think what's better is to run the ultra softs on, like, just sort of neutral tire mode. And I think that might end up giving us the best situation. She definitely won't be out there more than, well, definitely not more than 11 laps. I doubt more than 10 laps. And I think that's going to be the plan. I think we just put her out for 10 laps, so she needs just 13 laps worth of fuel. Fueling her lighter is a little bit better too, because she can refuel really quickly during a race. So I think this becomes really good. Okay, go for mode S. Need some mode 7 is what we need. So yeah, I think I'm pretty pleased with this setup. Still thinks Porter when reading Max. Yeah, I know, right? People are talking about Verstappen in the chat. All right. So you're going to run definitely like this. You're going to be red engine mode. I don't think I'm going to start you on attack tire. I think I'm just going to run you on neutral tires right from the start, Rhea. Because I think we are really going to need to get as much life out of this as we can. Alright, I like it. You have to keep a close eye on the weather. Chico's on pole. Monty, we would not be surprised if Monty lost a few places. It's fairly typical. Again, in pure racecraft, Monty, or like sort of like overtakes and defending and things like that, Monty's not as strong, so she has a bit of a hard time in the starts, generally speaking. Hopefully Balky can get away clean here, because that's going to be pretty important. And away we go. Not as good of a start as second place, but enough to stay in there. Monty didn't lose anything either. Everyone's stuck behind Balky going to this first corner, which is nice. A lot of people are on the Ultras at the start here, so if Balky lost a couple of places, might be able to get it back. Not running the Ultras might make it a little harder for her here. We're just going to have to try to get the best performance we can out of our tires and our strategy. In fact, I might go and push a little bit here. And we'll do first. And Larson. Larson is definitely on a team we're fighting with. I think Larson's on Esprit, isn't she? I might be wrong about that. Getting some PBs. What I might do is I'm just going to bring your tire to push mode here. And back here, I'm going to bring you down to neutral now, Monty. Larson and Perea. Okay. Oh, yeah, so they're both in the points. It's not great for us, especially with Monty not currently being in the points. You're going to be okay with these fuel levels. No! We have to refuel before the end of the race. Stop freaking out about it. I mean, you are right on her. I'm going to put you back on attack mode here as you come through this corner. And then through the chicane. Alright, we're going to go back down to push. There's not really much else we can do. Meanwhile, Monty, I mean, you're just trailing someone. Let's put you in attack mode for a second. Activate the DRS on this straight. Okay, we don't have DRS in this league. And on the inside, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Okay, and we're going to bring you back down to neutral over here now. So we still need to save those tires. So the idea is still to bring in Monty first. But we still don't want to burn down her tires too quickly. There might be ERS in the top, yeah, the top tier. Now, ERS, the energy recovery system, is not the same as DRS, but we will be able to use it for similar things. What we'll probably end up doing is, like, you know, leaving one on auto and doing the other one manually, or, you know, depending on who's having to pass who. All right, lap number 5 has started. Monty's tires. The Ultra Softs have a cliff at 20%. So she'll enter her lowest performance band around 30%, but the cliff's at 20%, and we definitely want to make sure not to run her at that point if we can. So the hope is we can make the last 35% here last until the water, and that's one of the reasons we are not pushing those tires very much at all. Whoa! We got some temp here. Put him on yellow mode, or put her on yellow mode, Balky. Alright, getting a little bit of wetness, so the track grip is going to go away as the rubber gets washed off. It's not time for the intermediates yet. I think they will come fairly quickly, though. Are you still... Yeah, you know what? Just stay on yellow. Even if it starts overheating and decays, I think we're going to be bringing you in maybe a little sooner than I thought. You know what? Actually, let me conserve. You've got a lot of fuel left. And we have to make sure we don't double stack. Monty's got to come in first. Otherwise, terrible things will happen. So it is, I mean, it's raining, but it's not raining hard yet. It's certainly not accumulating much water yet. And yeah, we've got to make Balky stretch her tires out just at least one lap more than Monty. I think I might have fueled them too much, but it was important to... oh, pitting already. But it was important to give us a bigger window with the fuel, since we didn't know... Like, we don't want to have to pit, like, because we ran out of fuel, you know, 2 laps before the proper rain, and then we're like, well, what tires are we going to switch to? Where's the pit stop here? I'm going to make Monty do one more lap. Excellent. And now you're going to pit. I'm actually going to keep your tire mode because it's going to churn pretty quickly. So you're pitting for intermediates, so 14 to 16. We're going to assume we can do 15 laps with her. We're going to keep the red engine mode, so we need, let's say, 20 laps worth of fuel for her. So new intermediates, we want her to come out with 20 laps worth of fuel, which that will round up to that. Our part condition should all be fine. I'm going to leave it unbalanced. Check the weather. We're good. Oh, I thought someone was saying I clicked the wrong button, but your Belf Knight was responding to someone named Wrong button. There we go. Excellent. Okay, so we've got our intermediates, which is the correct thing. We're going to have our 20 laps worth of fuel, which is going to be fine. Our condition's good. We're going to go with balanced pit strategy. So Monty's going to pit first. When she comes out of the pits, it might be a little dry still for the intermediates, but it might also be bang on, and she's got huge adaptability, so it's going to be fine. Yeah, Balky, I want to bring you in, but I can't bring you in quite yet. You're going to do one more lap like this. Oh, team orders. I don't know if I've ever seen the message about the AI using team orders. Let Perea pass Larson. Interesting. All right, Balky, you're going to be pitting on the next lap, so you're going to be switching to your intermediates. You will make your intermediates let's say 14 laps. So 14 times 1.3. Well, we don't know what the rain will do either. So that's, we need 18 laps worth of fuel. No, I think. Oh, it's gonna peter off, but not go away. I think there's gonna be 2 stints on intermediates at least. So new inters, and I need 18.2. Let's call it 19 laps worth of fuel. There we go. So that'll round up, which is gonna be okay, and we'll leave you. Oh, that's a 3-second saving. Yeah. 14 laps to cause a double stack. You're right, but I mean, what we may do is pull them in earlier, which means I should have maybe underfueled someone a little bit if we're going to pull them in sooner. We can use slightly different tire performances as well, but yeah, I should have tweaked the fueling. Come on in the pits. There we go. Someone last time was like, I don't understand why the pit stop times are so long. It's like, you know, compared to F1. Because we refuel. Modern F1 only does tire changes, which are fast. Alright, Balky, oof. That was a bit unfortunate, coming right onto the traffic. Although a lot of people in front of Balky are going to be pitting here in a second. Let me actually, not you. Balky, we're going to give you the full beans here. Oop, there we go. A little bit of a fall off with Lio, who's on slicks, and it's now like proper wet. Proper wet. Yeah, I think with Balky, to avoid the traffic, I think I should have double checked where you'd come out. I should have probably risked a faster pit stop. It was a 3-second difference, and usually I consider that to be plus EV. I don't know why I didn't do it. Possibly because there's a lot of pit stops, and more mistakes stresses out your pit crew longer, or more. Okay, we're going to bring you down to neutral on the tire mode here. I think already that means that Balky might be pitting 1 lap sooner than Monty. I mean, Balky was already going to be out 1 less lap on this stint, but having pit 1 lap later. But now Balky might actually pit a little sooner. You know what? We might keep going push here. Because I didn't realize there's quite a lot of fighting still going on. Thing is, the temps are getting high. I don't want to put it on red. What is this? Are they retiring their car? What is that? Sort of black and white flag? They exceed track limits 3 times? What's going on here? Yeah, I guess, yeah, maybe a penalty. Stromby's still out on slicks, which is kind of insane. It was collision plus penalty flag. Okay. Alright, Balky, I'm going to have to pull back on your tires here. Thank you for getting the passing job done, because I'm going to have to pull you back now. We've got no choice. If you get repassed, well, that's just the way it's going to have to be. Your temp's getting a little bit... Their tires are currently in sync, and Monty's been out, like, on this tire 1 lap more. We'll just cool this a little bit, and we might give Balky a little bit more orange tire. Collision, Stromby got penalized. That's really good. And Stromby's still out. But they're just losing so much time. I don't understand why they didn't get pitted unless there was, like, that was related to the accident or the penalty somehow. Ingleby doing madness. Yeah, Ingleby's 13 seconds clear of everyone. Like, I don't understand what's happening here. Yeah, I have no idea. Like, there might have just been a really optimal pit time or something like that. I don't know. How's our engine conditions? I mean, our engines, we did come in with the engines at 100%, so hopefully we can do the entire race on red. Which would be nice. Would be interesting if the engine condition sort of mattered from race to race a little bit, so there was like long-term engine conservation planning. Stromby losing more positions. I don't know why you're not pitting. Don't know why you're not last yet. I mean, it's not like fully wet, so that's helping, I think. Alright, let's push Balky's tire a little bit. Find directly with his pre-drivers. Yeah, Perea and Larson. Like, we're all up in here. Monty's not really fighting with anyone because there's some gaps, so that Balky staying ahead of Perea is a big deal here. A really big deal. Alright, we just gotta watch this temp. So, actually, I think we're gonna do the rest of the race on intermediates. Now I really should take in the 10% intermediate boost, but we didn't know that we're gonna do that much of it like this. Here, I'm actually going to go and bring Monty down to an orange engine strat to make the fuel last a little longer. I'm going to conserve her tires a bit to make sure that she can stay out an extra lap to prevent double stacking. Since they are back-to-back here, and it would be a really awkward set of pit stops. Can't pit when he has a drive-through penalty, he has to wait for his next lap. I mean, if that was a rule in F1 at some point. It is not currently. But, well, if it's a drive-through penalty, yeah. And maybe that was it. Maybe they did give it a drive-through penalty, but I felt like they were out for longer than just the one lap. Interesting. Alright, you're boxing now. Or you will box this lap. Right, you're going to conserve your tire a wee bit. Fourth place. Sylvander's got some mechanicals. Alright. Tire wear is a little bit better than everyone else. We might still be able to, like, do one fewer stop than everyone else. You conserve your tire a little bit, but just to avoid braining or, you know, from the high temps. Now, there's no cliff. It's at 0% on intermediate tires. I mean, we'll still be in the lowest performance band for the tire, but better to spend time in the lower performance band than getting an extra pit stop. We don't know exactly where pit stops will line up in the end here. Alright, go back to neutral. Hamilton pitting. First and third currently. Although Ingledew is third after the second pit. Like, I don't understand how Ingledew is doing so crazy well. Hopefully, lots of illegal parts and she'll get busted for it. Fingers crossed. Okay, we're going to be pitting Balky. So I think he had she had 20% crossing the start-finish line. I think she'll be able to do one more. She might not. Maybe we'll just pit her now, and then we pit Monty next time. I think that's what's going to happen. We're going to go ahead and pit Balky now. We're going to do another stint of 14 laps, which means, again, we want about 19 laps worth of fuel in the vehicle. Like that. Park conditions are fine, so we'd come out in 8th. If we did this, we'd be predicted to come out in 6th. We're going to give this a go. And pit Balky. And yeah, we were coming up on back markers, so by planning a pit as well, then we don't have to worry about overtaking the back markers right now. I mean, they should be fairly easy to do. You can go back into overtake mode, actually, because you have lots of fuel. There's Balky coming in now. And then with Monty, who is sort of stuck behind whoever's in first here. You're going to switch to junior intermediates. So, and with 15, we wanted 20 laps worth of fuel, right? Yeah. So it's 19 and 20 laps worth of fuel for full stints. Park conditions all good. Sixth place estimated both ways. So we'll stick it on balanced. You have fresh tires, and your fuel is going to be okay. Alright. And yeah, it's going to be a really short pit stop for Monty, because she takes half the amount of time to refuel, and that is the bulk of the pit stop time. The rain, yeah, the rain's going to be sticking around till the end of the race. Like, there's a couple laps that we might actually get decent performance out of slicks, but it's only maybe. And yeah, overall, it's going to be intermediates for the entire race. Monty in a bit of a fight here. Let me give you some attack on your tires for a second. Or bulky. Actually, just got overtaken. Whoa, what was this? Oh, is this pan over because you're pitting? Okay. I don't know if you're going to get past. You're right on there. Oh, there we go. Good. Never mind. Turns out that's going to be A-okay. Oh, sorry, no, you just passed the other person. We're still fighting with Hamilton here. Balky's still basically right on Hamilton, but I don't think that's going to work out. And that's on Hamilton on double yellow. I'm just going to go and pull back here and do this. Maybe it would have started with more fuel and only changed tires. I mean, maybe, but that would still be really impressive, because that would mean, like, they crushed the first stint despite having a really heavy fuel load. Quill also had a beard before I met you. Werewolf, vampire werewolf? So, the big question is going to be, what are our last two stints going to look like? I mean, I think it's going to be 2 more pit stops, kind of, sort of, regardless. We'll try to optimize, you know, our tire pushing and things. Oh, you can see it, like, with Balky, the tire temps still go up on yellow. And since the tire temps are going up, and we're actually having to do conserve to prevent it, we don't want to go to orange or red tire if we can, because if we're going to have to go to the lower modes, like conserve modes, to reduce temperature, then I think the math says that alternating between, say, orange and green is not as good as just staying on yellow, for example. So I think we're mostly going to do that. Larson has problems with mechanicals. That's good to see. The thing is, the ones at the top here, it's not so bad. Perea and Larson are both well behind us. That's really important, because they're currently our chief competition. So over here, currently SPD has got no points. Predator's got 7. Kruger would have 8, but they're fairly far behind. This is fine. We don't need, if, you know, at this time, we're okay with this situation. We don't need to be in the top 3, but we prefer, first of all, we want to get the sponsor objective. And, you know, more security would be good, but so far it's not so shabby. Yeah, if Ingledew could have a mechanical problem or illegal parts or something, that would be lovely. And we are nicely out of sync now with the fuel and things. Yeah, see, I'm going to have to go conserve here on Balky to not overheat. Yeah, can complain about the overheating tires. On Monty, it is going up on yellow as well, so yeah. On yellow, it's definitely going up. It's 28 degrees. It's warm. It's not going to be sunny, so the asphalt wouldn't be as hot, one would imagine. But it's still pretty intense. Accent aggro, I already went and tweaked that down. It's probably just stream lag. Yes. Yes, Ascension and I were both vampires when we met. We were literally LARPing Vampire the Masquerade. It was great. Tire temps are being looked after. We're already on green here with Balky. It's going to decrease. We're going to be fine. Track getting drier, so tires getting hotter. Yeah, I don't know if that's simulated. That is definitely the way it would work in real life. Your intermediates and wets start to get really hot if the track is dry, to the point where people will intentionally drive through puddles to cool down their tires to keep them within an optimal range. We got a little bit of a gap with temperature over here. At some point, we'll be able to run Balky in a bit more yellow, but I mean, we did run Balky on some, you know, with the aggressive tire modes at the start because we were looking to do some overtakes. Although I think it was Hamilton, and we never overtook Hamilton, so it was kind of moot. Ingledew and Sevilla are currently pitting. So we're now in top 3. Hamilton's going to pit next. Tire life is overall better for us. Ingledew, are you seriously coming out in front of Monty? Yeah, that's not right. Damn. But I realized I actually would have started Monty pushing first. I mean, we can't because of the temperature. Wow. We're going to flick her on conserve soon to save the tire temps. I'm going to try to keep her on yellow as long as I can here. See about working a little bit of gap between her and Ingledew. Alright, we'll go to conserve tire. She has 10 form, and for a change, 10s actually seem to mean something, which is nice. Now I hope Ingledew's tires won't last 16 laps. Now, the question for us... No, I think, actually, we're going to be good for maybe just the last stint. Yeah, I think we can just do it one more stint, and we're going to be in pretty good shape. Yeah, Ingledew on completely new tires. I don't know. She might last until the end here, but she is going to have to do some conserved things to do it. Yeah, so that might be a little bad for us. I'm not expecting a pole here in the end, but I think overall I'm going to be okay with our outcome. We're going to box Monty soon, possibly first, actually, even though she's got a bit more tire and fuel. Just because she can do one extra lap on that final stint. We're getting blue flagged over there. Yes, tire wear is getting higher. So that's Balky complaining about being in the lower performance band. Actually having a bit of a trouble with some of these back markers. So if we were to pit you now, 13 laps remaining. Actually, yeah, that's going to be great. Yeah, that's going to be fine. We're gonna box you now, so you can get brand new fresh tires. You're gonna box for 17 laps worth of fuel. Parts are all good. You're gonna switch to this, and yeah, the placement seems about the same. It's 3 seconds a game. No, let's give it a go here. There you go, box. Not 17 laps worth of fuel. So Balky has to do 13 more laps. We're going to want to run on the most aggressive engine mode here, which burns 1.3 laps of fuel per lap. So what we do is we fuel, so we figure out how much fuel we need, multiply it by 1.3, and we put that much fuel in the tank. And then we can run on the red engine mode the whole time. We do pit a little bit longer to fuel a little bit longer, but the idea is we're going to hopefully save time on the course. The math works out. It's a little fuzzier because of overtakes and things like that tweak your math a little bit, but otherwise, yeah. So you're going to be fine. You're going to have 12 laps to go. So we're going to put 16 laps worth of fuel into you. And it'll be a little bit of a roundup over there, too. Actually, maybe I won't. I'll do this, and we'll run, like, 1 lap on orange, and we're going to be fine. We'll do it that way. We'll save a little bit of fueling time. No, it is predicted to come in a little bit better if we do a fast pit stop. We're going to try it and see what we can do. And it doesn't matter. We don't have to go conserve or anything. He's got worn tires, we know, that's a 20% warning. Hopefully this goes smoothly with no mistakes, even though we're taking some risk. Nope, good clean pit stop, excellent. Really nice. Stay on yellow mode because of the temperature thing. Wow, you're slipping right behind Balky. Wow. And they're fighting. Balky, I'm going to... You should have plenty of tire. Although Monty's got more. No, I was going to say I'm going to go aggressive, but it doesn't make any sense. We're going to let them race on the same settings. Yeah, I was going to say Monty's going to fall behind a little bit here. Not really a tremendous surprise. Third and fourth, and we're ahead of Hamilton, which is nice. Hamilton probably doesn't have to pit. Ingledew and Sevilla may both pit again. Or they're going to suffer from, their tire performance. They might have to do a little bit of saving. Wow, Sevilla actually running on blue engine mode. It'll be interesting to see, actually, if Balky closes in here. I mean, a little bit, not much. Hopefully Monty can stay ahead of Hamilton. Let's give her a little bit more push here until she gets past. There we go. Have to monitor the temps a little. But yeah. I think she might just get overtaken here. No, still holding on. Probably made a big difference with push mode. All right, stay on there. She's got plenty of tread to spare. It's mostly a question of trying to be as optimal as possible with the engine temps or the tire temps. But yeah, while she's in a tight duel like this, starting to enter the red, and now she's getting past. Okay, we'll just drop her down to neutral tire mode here, just to prevent that from heating up too quickly. Hopefully Hamilton had to push his tires a little bit more too for all this. I'm not sure that he will though. They're doing a little bit of conserve, including fuel conservation, which does explain why Balky is closing in on second. If they're doing tire and fuel conservation. Our engine modes are fine, right? Yeah, we've got our gearbox is getting a little bit worn, but otherwise we're okay. Thing is, we can't really push more because if our tires temps max out, we can't really take advantage of the higher tire modes anyway. So no matter what, we're going to end up with tons of tread left in the end. There's no way we can avoid that. At least Balky's got the sponsor objectives, which is nice. That's possibly more important than the points right now, just because of how this is going to shake up the drivers' the championship standings rather, the team standings. Which is the only thing we really care about. It would be really nice if Balky could actually win the league, the drivers, because in that situation, she'd come into the next season with a big boost to her marketability, which would help our cash situation a fair bit. And as is, Balky's got a huge lead over there and is not currently being threatened by Larson, so that's looking okay. So yeah, Ingledew and Sevilla, their tires are both 10 laps old currently. So Hamilton probably won't have to pit. It'll be interesting to see if Ingledew and Sevilla try to go to the end. There's a lot of race left. I'm not convinced they could do it. How's the fuel with Monty? They should both be rock solid. Balky actually got a little bit more for some reason. We'll do a little bit of math when we cross the pit entrance, or the start-finish line. So there's going to be 6 laps remaining, so Balky's coming through now. So 6 laps left to go. If we want to do it all here, we need 7.8 laps worth of fuel, which is exactly what Balky's got, which is going to be great. Oh, right, and Monty, we knew we wouldn't be able to race the whole thing on red. Let's bring her down to orange at this point, actually. So she's got 6 laps left. On orange, that'll mean 6.6 laps worth of fuel. So she can do it all. She can do it all on orange, and we can throw in 1 lap of red. Although it may not be needed. But yeah, we did have to pull back a little bit over there. But I'm okay with this. I think it let us come out in a better position. It helped us come out ahead of Hamilton by having slightly less time in the pits. I mean, she does have the faster refueling time, but I also didn't want to carry the extra fuel weight, so 6 and 1 half dozen. Balky, actually, both their tire temps are basically about to max out here, so I'm going to go to conserve right now. They just ate his tires? Oh, wow, yeah. They really dropped quite quickly there. But yeah, there you go. Ingledew and Sevilla both pitting. They're coming out on used intermediates. Look at that. That's interesting. Tire temps are fine now. We're operating on green mode. Balky in the lead, and unless Hamilton is closing, which is not the case, I think we're in for a 1-3. Monty, 1.1. Actually, Ingledew might be catching up from behind with the fresher tires and everything, and the ability to also push. Wow. Ingledew and Sevilla are both running double red here. There's not a lot of race left, so I can't really blame them. Okay, let's go up to neutral tire. Oh, wow. No, we just got past like we were standing still. Alright, just keep conserving for now. I think on conserve. I don't think the tire temp is dropping on conserve anymore. Balky, okay, you're putting more distance between you and Hamilton. The thing is, Ingledew might pass Hamilton and make a run for us. Hamilton is in the lowest performance mode. Balky's nearly in the lowest tire performance mode, or a band as well. How's Ingledew doing this? I don't know. Ingledew's always done insane things. Maybe she's got her car loaded with illegal parts again. We'll find out at scrutineering. Now, Ingledew is being held up by Hamilton, which is actually... Or the... No, Hamilton and some of the back markers. There you go, Ingledew just blowing past Hamilton, like he's standing still. She did chew through her tires really fast, though. She ran them really aggressively. So she might close in on Balky here. We've got a little bit of temp to play with. Fuel situation is fine. With Balky, it should be fine until the end. We'll do some lap math in a second. Yeah, you're right. I think we can red engine mode, maybe the rest of it. Let me give you some yellow tires here to try to push back. So yeah, you're in the lowest performance band, but deal with it. They were at 5 pit stops. I mean, it happens. And on shit tires still. I mean, the AI, they're having to go to some used tires because I think they used a few during practice. Monty, so it's one more lap left, right? Yeah, so Monty's going to be fine. They're both going to be fine in red engine mode now. That's going to be good. They're both on yellow tire mode, which is pretty much all we can do. We got some good distance there. Monty is in 3rd and fairly secure. Yeah, 5 seconds, 2 seconds the other way, so nothing's going to happen in either direction. Tires are fine. Heat's being complained, maybe on the verge of being complained about here. But overall, we're going to be okay. It's weird not seeing any fuel left over here. I'm just going to go down to high just to make sure nothing weird happens at the last second here with Balky. Not that anything like that would ever happen. But yeah, I could have finished on a red, but there was such a distance. Shalit, it didn't matter. 1st and 3rd, double podium. Ingledew splits the podium, but I'm not going to complain about that at all. I'm quite pleased with that. Quite pleased, although we have gotten some 1-2s. I ain't going to complain about this, especially it was looking kind of dicey for a bit. I mean, Balky started on pole, right? Balky started on pole, ends 1st. Monty started 6th and ended up 3rd. That's really good. Really good outcome. And yeah, we got the points for pole position and everything. No points for fastest lap for us. I don't know who got it. Ingledew's really scary in your campaign. Yeah. But you know, like, having played now, we know what drivers we would look for in our own games if we were to do this again. I mean, Ingledew would be one. No points for SB. That's really good. That's really good. It would be really funny if Ingledew had illegal parts. It would be such a throwback. Nope. Well, they may have been there. They weren't caught. Sevilla did get the fastest lap bonus, but that's okay. Yeah, we score 14 points in this. And so it's great for the team championship, which is the thing that's most important for us to advance. But it is also good for Chica to possibly win Drivers' Champion, which will give us a marketability boost. So it's also good. Not as important for us, but still going to be really handy. And Ria might actually be moving up to 2nd place in the Drivers' Championship. So we're 40 points clear of Esprit now. That is not mathematically guaranteed yet, but it's looking really good. Yeah, no illegal parts found. Be nice to get 1-2 for the Drivers' Championship. I agree. All right, cash money. So we're still going to design no new parts this season. We're locked on the car we've got now. Pit crew, let's take a look here. 18, 15, 18, like good tire person and can run the front jack. Stamina's a little lower than I would like, but I think Caldecour is actually going to be a good pickup. We're going to grab you. I don't think there's any reason to hire you at all. Thing is, we've got a couple of people with really high front jack skills. We don't need Leiden. Now, the 96 stamina and 0% base mistake chance is kind of nice. But you're crap at refueling. I don't think we're going to pick you up. I think we checked all the contracts at the start of the year. I think everyone is good. Yeah. I think everyone is good until the end of the year. We don't have to worry about renewing the contracts over here at all. what we need to do is bring in some people who currently have 0% chance of effing up stuff. Let's bring you in here. Let's just do this, just a few little swaps, and we'll... actually, let's bring you onto the rear jack, because you can actually do some tire refueling stuff just fine. Just do this. You've really got to go. So all we care about is a tire stat. I guess cool the car, we're going to bring you in. That's going to be okay. 0.2. And all we care about is the actual tire stat itself. We don't really care about the fixing. I think Caglio going to go from a 0.2% to a 0.1% mistake chance. We'll do something like that. Okay. Yeah, 600 refueling is really low. I mean, unless they're never going to be in that role. What's the interview for? The attempted quick fog stop from Montero last rate resulted... Did it result in a mistake? Oh, I hadn't spotted that. No, we had to go for it. I mean, come on. Bagzar blitzes the opposition. Yeah! We got Whiskey and Chocolate. Who dat? Andrea Shifa, thank you very much. Finally caught your stream. Thanks for all the relaxing content that really helped me to deal with the stressful summer and beginning of autumn. Well, thank you very much, Andrea. Andre?